Hello and welcome to URDesigns. I'm Eric Dobbins and I am the President and CEO of URDesigns. Wanted to talk to you about something that I keep getting asked every so often when I'm in with a field service group. Normally the trouble is trying to get a technician who is their happiest when they're basically turning wrenches to actually sell additional work. We at URDesigns took a little bit different approach to that. What we do is instead of going through and trying to train the technicians to do something different, we let them do what they do naturally, which is basically going through and doing their jobs. So one of the things that they do on their job is they actually go through and fill out PMs or OM sheets. When they do this, what happens is you have a PM sheet, but sometimes that discussion that needs to go along with that PM sheet never goes on with the customer. And so you have a lot of these items that show up, and you have a technician who has a little bit of a phobia with talking to their customer, not wanting to be the one bearer of bad news, or they don't feel that they can converse with the customer easily. A lot of times in that situation, a lot of that work that would have been identified and the customer may have said yes to tends to go away. So what happens is the user or the technician will look at it and say, oh, I'd love to tell this guy that I have to fix, that he needs to fix this, but the problem is, how do I bring it up? I'm getting ready to get him to sign this, and he's always talking about not wanting to spend money. How do I bring this up in front of a customer and say, hey, you actually need this horn fixed, or you need this fixed, or something like that? So what we do is we take it out of the technician's hands to start the conversation. So how we handle this is right here, we're going to switch over to our field service application. We're going to grab the actual work order and open it up, or service order, whichever way you would like to refer to it as. And we're going to go over to the Finalize page. In the Finalize page, we have a few things that kind of jump right off the page at you. And one of them happens to be this bright red horn with the horn button kit needed. Well, pretty much at this point, we've started that conversation with the customer saying, hey, we've identified that this is a problem. Now I need you to have to do something with it. So what we do is we have the customer basically select one of the items here. If they select customer refused, then they're basically assuming responsibility for this particular function or this particular piece. If it happens to be a safety issue, like this one is, you and your company, if they select this, are basically that customer is assuming the responsibility. You all know this. This is nothing new to you. Customers know this as well, especially if the email from this gets sent off to his boss, because at this point, once this signature is signed, or this work order is signed, then basically this information gets sent off and it gets emailed to whomever and however you have this set up for. Now, if you have multiple or a distribution group for your customer, it may go to him, it may go to his boss, and it may go to the AP department, so you can get paid. This is really good for getting those particular areas. If the customer says repair approved, guess what? It's even easier. Now we just open a new service order, because this was an OM or a PM, operational maintenance or planned maintenance. So therefore we wouldn't put it on here because of the, we wouldn't put it on here because of the flat rating. Because most service orders, when they're flat rated, they're basically identified that they're a specific value for the dollar amount for the labor, and then in some cases there's a specific amount for the parts. So therefore we're not going to go and put that on there, so we would open up another service order. So then the technician would click on new service order, and then bang, they've got a new work order that they can go in and do. And then the old trusty one here, which all of the customers love to use, which is give me a quote, which in effect means either I think this is going to be expensive, or I don't have time to work with you right now, so please just go away. All right. So we know what that one is used for, and most all of us know. So technically, you want to try to get them in one of these two so that they can either say no or yes. And then if you have to, you can put that in quoted, and then there's a way in our application to send that message off to the estimator and ask them to quote those things for you. Okay. Pretty much that's how we go about helping the technicians sell second segment, is what it, in most cases are referred to, or additionals, OMs, PM additionals. These can be done also on service orders, so that if you're out there and you do a quick inspection of a truck, you can identify some of the bad things and have it sit in front of the customer, and we track that through the service order as well with a couple lines. This is actually a real good area to help improve your sales in the field with the people that you already have doing the work that they already do, and not really put it all on the technician to actually go in all shaky-kneed and nervous and tell the customer, hey, look, you have this problem, but I don't know how to bring it up. This way we bring it up for them, and then they can just do what they do best, which is explain what's going on. That first part of saying, oh, Mr. Customer, you got this problem. They feel that that's the hardest part in the world to do. So aside from that, being able to let the software talk for them, it's a real great way of doing it. All right, thank you very much, and have a great day.